up on Fulton today, Fulton's new county manager heads out into the field to meet the workforce. We'll talk to him one-on-one. And the Fulton family says goodbye to two of their own public servants. Fulton Today starts right now. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. The Fulton County Police Department is trying to regroup after saying goodbye to one of its own. After receiving support from law enforcement from all over the country, now the county is engaging the public to help the family of Detective Terrance Green. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega has our story.
I'm proud to do so from our family to your family.
With an oversized check in hand, Fulton's new county manager led the effort to support the family of fallen police detective Terrance Green. The $10,000 donation from Dick Anderson's Family Foundation was made out to the Badge of Honor Memorial Foundation in the detective's honor.
The gesture by the county manager is incredible to me. He unfortunately took office, was literally confirmed the very day that my officer was killed. And for him to step forward with this type of donation, quite frankly, I was speechless.
That donation was the first for Fulton officials who vowed to support the Green family in a substantial way. During the officer's funeral, the Fulton County Chairman announced plans to initiate a scholarship fund to benefit Detective Green's children.
And I want you to know that I want to help you in a modest way. My office is forming a scholarship fund so that you can have some assistance as you go to college.
Support for the officer and his family was ever so evident when law enforcement from across the country came out to show their support and bid farewell to Detective Terrance Green. From both in and outside the service, the tribute to Green and his 22 years of public service was apparent.
To everyone that's present at this very solemn time, I dedicate this to Terrance poetically in rhyme. My heart is very heavy. Sometimes my mood is very sad. For the loss of the public servant, the loss of a great dad.
He left us with the grandest grandsons in the world. They are so precocious and handsome and nice and mannerable and intelligent. I am so pleased.
My dad was so protective of me and my brothers. He sacrificed so much for his kids. He worked so hard so we could have what we wanted and what we needed. I'm going to miss his smile and how he would brighten up any room. My dad had this special walk where he called it his stroll, but everybody called it pigeon-toed. I love you, Dad.
Many people have contacted us asking how they can help Detective Terrance Green's family. For more information, you can contact any Wells Fargo location. Reporting in College Park, I'm Priscilla Ortega for FGTV.
Thanks, Priscilla. Meanwhile, Fulton also says goodbye to its longest-serving county commissioner. Just hours after Detective Green's service, the community paid tribute to Commissioner Tom Lowe. Elected officials and county employees joined the Lowe family and friends at the Cathedral at St. Philip's for the commissioner's funeral. Commissioner Tom Lowe served on the Fulton County Board of Commissioners for 40 years. The North Fulton representative retired in December of last year. He passed away on Friday, March 6th. Fulton's new county manager hits the ground running. Dick Anderson kicks off his Field Day Fridays with the Fulton County Police Department. The chief executive sat down with top brass and staff to get an understanding of the department. Anderson plans on meeting with various county divisions on Friday so that he can see firsthand how the 40-plus departments operate.
Visiting departments to me is really the essence of two things, learning and leading. So I think they both begin with an L. And I think they, in my mind, have always played out in a way where if you're missing on either one of those sides of the coin, then you can't be effective.
Dick Anderson is a former AT&T and Federal Reserve executive. He was named county manager earlier this month. Some middle school students take an eye-opening field trip at the Fulton County Jail. Now, it was a part of an effort to educate young men and deter them from making bad choices. FGTV's Felicia Church has our story.
It may have been one of the most uncomfortable field trips these students have ever taken. These McNair Middle School boys received a real-life, behind-the-scenes look inside the Fulton County Jail. Walking down the halls with hands clasped behind their backs, their first stop was the jail intake area.
What we call the Attitude Adjustment Center is this location right here.
From there, the students got a close-up look at the ID, fingerprinting, and the medical area.
We have a dentist that comes in once a week back there, does dental work for you. It might not be pain free, but it's free.
Their tour also included stops in the gym and recreation areas where inmates can spend 1 hour each day, and the award-winning kitchen area that prepares about 2 million hot meals and over 70,000 cold sandwiches to inmates each year. Perhaps the most frightening part of the tour for the students was the inmate cell area.
If you see white, that means they're in prison coming back to go to court.
They even received some important advice from one of the inmates.
Man, y'all be good, man. Oh, man, y'all don't want to be in our position. We got life sentences in here, ain't never getting out.
The Sheriff's Community Outreach Commander, Lieutenant Dan Cochran, summed up the importance of these types of trips this way.
It's very effective. It's always effective. When you show someone who has never been inside a jail what life is like inside of a facility like this, it has a huge wow factor.
Reporting for FGTV, I'm Felicia Church.
Thank you very much, Felicia. Meanwhile, Fulton County's chief jailer also wants to help young people avoid the school-to-prison pipeline. It was a part of the Male Empowerment Summit sponsored by the Atlanta Job Corps Center. Colonel Mark Adger was a panelist in the symposium in South Fulton.
So if you give up, you will never find out what your potential is.
Colonel Adger was joined by the East Point Police Chief, representatives from 100 Black Men, and others to inspire and motivate young people.
This is just an extension of what we do in the Sheriff's Office and specifically with the Fulton County Jail. We always want to reach out and make sure that the youth know that, one, we care, and that we also are interested in their well-being and how they get there.
The Atlanta Job Corps is a U.S. Department of Labor program designed to help young people improve the quality of their lives.
I work with young males every day, and instead of talking about what they're doing, what they're not doing, talking negative about them, my position is to see what we can do to elevate them, to stimulate their way of thinking, and giving them the opportunity to see positive role models, giving them the opportunity to know that they have dreams that can come true.
The program offers assistance with GED and high school diplomas as well as job training. A U.S. district judge hears students banter about social issues at the Fulton County Government Center. It was all a part of the 6th annual Young Litigators Moot Court competition held in the Fulton County Assembly Hall. These middle school and high school students write, research, and argue case law on issues usually heard before the Supreme Court.
This is a case about what is easy versus what is right.
This year, the middle school students worked on civil rights issues.
The toughest part would probably be preparing for court, going through the brief and all the facts, and getting your story together.
And high school students addressed an international family law fact based on the Hague Treaty.
May it please the court, Judge, Your Honors. My name is Naheem Puckett, along with my co-counsel, Makita Harris. We represent Postmaster Edward Stark in this matter. We respectfully ask the court to reverse the decision of the appellate's court and hold that my client's regulations were not in violation of the Fourth Amendment.
U.S. District Judge Peter Massetti and other legal and law professionals participated in the competition.
I've done moot courts for law schools, I don't know how many times, but for middle schoolers, but that's really impressive. And everything that's been said really about the virtues to introduce these kids to the rule of law, to their government, to help them shape arguments and follow the logic of the argument, to respond to questions on their feet. I mean, that's really a remarkable sort of activity. I really salute Deborah Tavares and everybody who's worked with her. I think it's a great program. I have not seen this in other parts of the country, I've got to say that.
The competition also helps students develop writing, research, and oral advocacy skills. And still to come on Fulton today, it's Dominique Wilkins Day in Fulton County. We'll tell you all about it in our district-by-district coverage next. Fulton commissioners joined the celebration to honor an NBA and Atlanta legend while also extending a warm welcome to a new college campus in North Fulton. Here's this week's district-by-district coverage. We begin with Fulton's salute to NBA legend Dominique Wilkins. Fulton County's chairman presented the 11-time All-Star with a proclamation during the private luncheon and ceremony in which a statue of Wilkins was unveiled. In a room full of NBA greats, the former Atlanta Hawks icon received high praise for his work on and off the court.
But Dominique Wilkins is a wonderful athlete, but more importantly, he's a strong humanitarian, done great work, yeoman's work in the community with cystic fibrosis, diabetes. He also has his own a basketball academy. So really is a great honor for me to be here to represent Fulton County.
Chairman Eves was joined by fellow commissioners Houseman, Garner, and Arrington, who saluted the legend from the stands. The Hall of Famer still holds the franchise record for most scored points. District 1 Commissioner Liz Houseman joins Governor Nathan Deal in welcoming a new education institution to North Fulton. The vice chairman helped break ground for the new Gwinnett Tech campus along with officials from the college.
We're here today at the groundbreaking for the North Fulton campus of the new Gwinnett Technical College. We'll serve about 10,000 students. It will open in January and will really help us as we work towards having a qualified workforce for the companies that are in our community. We're very happy about today.
The campus will add to our vibrant workforce that serves more than 900 technology firms that call this community their home. The hospitals and the medical centers that care for this region's residents, and the primary schools that teach our children.
We hope to move in the first or second week in December, and so that we can be ready to start some pre-registration so that we could begin classes hopefully in January 2016, which will be our spring semester.
The 25 acres of land will accommodate 4-story buildings and parking for 10,000 students. The Alpharetta Satellite Campus is located at the intersection of Old Milton Parkway and Georgia 400. In District 2, the city of Milton can now officially make plans for a Providence Park. Fulton commissioners approved a resolution authorizing the sale of the property. Providence Park was initially used as a gravel quarry and maintenance facility and was converted in the 1970s to use as a park. It was closed to the public in December of 2003 in order to address environmental contamination issues at the site.
The residents have been without use of this park in this facility in an area that's is park starved, to be quite honest. For over 10 years. So there's been a real cost that's been borne by the residents of this area, and I don't want that to get lost in the mix of the whole transaction here.
Commissioner Ellis says the purchase will result in substantial public benefits like increasing the availability of parks and recreation services to residents of the city of Milton and removing the county from the financial burden of maintaining Providence Park. The board agreed to sell Providence Park for $100 per acre. District 5 Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. hosts another town hall forum to hear from his constituents firsthand. The South Fulton and Atlanta representative presented his second district dialogues conversation at Zoo Atlanta. Commissioner Arrington is hosting several community meetings all around his district in upcoming months.
Well, we have the district dialogues to find out about what the citizens and residents of Fulton County are interested in. We want to know what is first on their mind, what services they can provide, but also we want to advertise the services that Fulton County provides to the residents of Fulton County.
There will be a district dialogues community meeting this week at the Wolf Creek Library and then again in June. To get the details, visit FultonCommission5.com. And finally, in District 6, a number of the teams in the county's Parks and Recreations basketball program play in the state tournament, and one takes the state title. The Georgia Recreation and Parks Association state finals were held all across the state, including Savannah, Gwinnett County, and Fulton County. 7 teams advanced, including South Fulton youngsters from 8 years old to 17-year-olds. The 12 and under team from Welcome All won it all.
I want to extend congratulations to the 8 to 12-year-olds who have done so well in the state basketball tournament. We expect them to do well because they always do well. They do well not only on the basketball court, but they do well at home. They do well in school. And we're just so proud of them.
We have a long-standing tradition of having really quality basketball teams come out of our program. We've got staff that have been with us the better part of 2 decades. So these are some very experienced coaches. Elbert Outlaw, our recreation manager, has been coaching basketball for nearly 30 years. And so he brings a lot of experience to the table along with the rest of our staff. That helps us to really work with volunteer coaches, and that results in better teams, better play, and for us, more championships.
The 12 and under boys team won over the Savannah team 49-46. If you want to sign your register up for next year's season, you can go to the county's website, click on the Parks and Recreations Department for contact information on the various basketball programs. And still to come, the push for healthy heart communities reaches state lawmakers. We'll have all of the details when we come back. Fulton's Healthy Heart Coalition gathers at the state capitol to ask state legislators for policy changes. FGTV's Lynn Vaughn has our story.
The Healthy Heart Coalition and a group of middle school students set up shop at the state capitol to talk about the #1 killer in Fulton County, heart disease.
We just want people to be healthy because you can change your lives for the better. And when you change your lives, then that changes the overall experience of the world.
The students presented their heart health projects to lawmakers and shared how even young people need to live healthy lifestyles.
You need to start when you're really young, because when you do, you can lead a healthy life. You can start getting habits into eating healthy, because if you eat junk food and things like that, you can develop diseases and disorders and things like that that can affect you through your whole entire life.
Healthy Heart Coalition Chair Cornelia King says the group also talked about changes they'd like to see in Fulton communities.
We're working with all the coalitions to help address the health disparities and to also see if we can help provide walkable communities. We want to address corner stores, healthy corner stores for our communities, and there are a lot of areas that can really improve heart health, and we think that this grassroots effort will make a huge difference.
I would like them to try to enhance this in all the schools so everyone can get educated about the different things that are going on in the world and what we can do to prevent them from happening.
The Fulton County Healthy Heart Coalition works with everyone from students to seniors, encouraging them to eat healthy and exercise at least 30 minutes a day. For more information, go to healthyheartcoalition.org. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Lynn Vaughn.
Thank you very much, Lynn. A warning now from medical professionals about overusing antibiotics. They could be causing more harm than good. The misuse of antibiotics can lead to resistance, and that could cause serious complications, says doctors.
The CDC has come out with a new study that finds that about twice as many people a year die from this bacteria called C. difficile as they originally estimated. This bacteria emerges when people overuse antibiotics for incidental infections or for respiratory diseases that are not treatable with antibiotics, viral diseases and things like that.
Dr. McKenna says don't always think you need to take antibiotics when you have a cold or an infection. Many infections go away without treatment. And if you do get prescribed antibiotics, make sure that you take the entire medication and don't save any to use later. Fulton's popular weight competition called the Healthiest Loser is now underway for its 5th year. County staffers start by weighing in and getting information on how to start eating healthy and exercising. Worksite wellness coordinators give feedback and tips along the way.
I would suggest if this is your first time participating in this event, take one step at a time. This event is mainly about getting you aware. It's not so much about losing that weight and looking at those numbers. It's really about your lifestyle. So that's why it's called the Healthiest Loser, because we want you to do it in a healthy type of a manner.
The winner is determined by calculating the percentage of weight loss. Some participants have competed before, while others are just starting the journey to a healthy lifestyle.
Honestly, this is the most unhealthiest I've been in my life. It's beginning to hurt. Even during pregnancy, I have to let it go.
Well, this will be my second year doing this, and I was one of the top 10 finalists last year, so we're hoping to be able to do that again this year.
Blue Cross Blue Shield sponsors the program. Fulton believes wellness prevention is the key to paying less in health benefits so that more can be spent on county services and programs. And still to come on Fulton today, want to go to every concert at the Wolf Creek Amphitheater for free? We'll tell you about a program to do that when we come back. Staff at the Wolf Creek Amphitheater is looking for interns who want to gain experience in helping to run a major venue. The college students will participate in the upcoming concert season by helping in the production and marketing activities on days when concerts are scheduled.
We are really interested in any students that have a background in public relations, marketing, production work, that is really actually interested in getting some good hands-on experience in running a venue and concert and the concert industry.
Those who are interested in applying for the internships can send their resumes to tiffany.cobb@fultoncountyga.gov. This season will be bigger than ever. Wolf Creek Amphitheater has 20 concerts and 80 artists lined up for this year. And finally, high school students get an up-close look at Fulton County and FGTV. Students from Banneker High School toured the Government Center downtown and FGTV. They made stops in Assembly Hall before visiting us. The production crew shared with the students the fundamentals of the TV business.
First, I need to practice in writing, get better at writing, and then come up here more, get more experience, learn a little more things, and get more internships.
I learned that you can do more than just anchoring. You don't have to just be on TV. You can be behind the scenes and everything.
The students left our studios and took another tour of the state capitol. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to connect with you online. Check us out on Twitter and Facebook and watch us anytime on YouTube. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.